Okay, greeting. Hello, friends. Today we embark on an immersive journey into the Asians of BaZi, an invaluable system for discerning the forces that shape our lives and leadership. So, in this session, we'll analyze the five elements and uncover how their timeless interplay forms the blueprint for constructing a harmonious, balanced leadership team. So our discussion today in this video goes far beyond surface level descriptions. We do our best to deep dive into how each element influences not only decision making and innovation, but also interpersonal dynamics and conflict resolution. I believe that this is the foundation on which visionary leadership is built. So let us open our minds to insights that merge Asian wisdom with modern business acumen, shall we? Okay, so let's talk about the quintessential energies, which is five elements here. And each element is unique force because each carrying distinctive leadership traits while also presenting challenges if left unbalanced. Okay, so by understanding these forces, what will happen is that we will create a guide to both self-awareness and team building. Okay, let's talk about wood element. Wood is the energy of creativity, growth, and visionary insight. Leaders with predominant wood energy constantly nurture new ideas, push the boundaries of innovation, and inspire growth within their teams. They craft visions that stimulate progress and transformation. However, like rapidly spreading vines, an overabundance of wood could lead to dispersal of focus or overreaching without proper structure. Excuse me. Okay, discipline and strategic planning serve to harness its boundless energy. So imagine a flourishing forest. Where each tree grows independently but contributes to an interconnected ecosystem. A vivid illustration of personal initiative aligned with collective purpose. So in practice, a wood-driven leader might initiate new projects and drive change in an organization, yet without the temperance provided by other elements, these visions risk becoming fragmented. So it's precisely that in this interplay that teaches us to integrate creativity with stability. Okay, let's talk about fire element. Fire embodies passion, energy, and a potent drive for bold change. Leaders infused with fire are naturally catalysts for motivation and transformation because they possess an innate ability to energize a team, ignite enthusiasm, and propel dynamic projects forward. But the intense flame of fire, if left unchecked, can lead to emotional volatility, rash decisions, and even burnout. So tempering fire with periodic reflection and complementary energies ensures its sustainable brilliance. So visualize the radiant flames of a sunrise. Its powerful glow heralds a new day full of promise while gently reminding us that even the most intense energies need moments of calm to sustain their influence. So in daily practice, a fire leader could spearhead a major initiative that revolutionizes a company's approach, yet benefit from a colleague who offers calm, stabilizing insights when the flames begin to flare erratically. Okay, so how about earth element? So earth represents a foundation of stability, practical wisdom, and the nurturing support required for sustained growth. Earth-oriented leaders are the anchors of any organization. They offer a grounded approach to problem solving, ensuring that ideas are both practical and scalable. The strength of Earth lies in its dependability and consistency, but there can be a tendency to shy away from risk. In today's dynamic business environment, I'm sure that you agree an overly conservative Earth influence might impede rapid innovation. So envision a majestic mountain range, steadfast, immovable, and provide shelter during stormy times. symbolizing the role of solid leadership that supports and protects its people. And in application, an earth leader is often the one who methodically plans projects, ensuring that each step is carefully considered. When balanced with the creativity of the wood and the dynamism of the fire, Earth's stability becomes the bedrock for sustainable success. Okay, so let's move on to the metal. Metal conveys an energy of strength, clarity, and incisive discernment. Leaders influenced by metal can swiftly analyze complex situations and make decisive, well-informed choices. Their precision and rigor are indispensable in environments where clarity and focus are paramount. And one must note, however, that the intensity of the metal's logic can sometimes appear cold and overly detached. To bridge the gap, it is therefore important to integrate the warmth and the measure of emotional intelligence. So imagine a finely forged blade, forged in resilient heat, honed to perfection, and representing a harmonious blend of strength and grace. This is the ideal metal energy in leadership. So in practical terms, a metal leader might excel in strategy and operational efficiency, but ideally collaborate with colleagues who bring empathy and creativity, ensuring that decisions relate on both rational and emotional levels. So finally, water element. So water is an emblem of adaptability, intuition, and masterful communication. So leaders fueled by water are adept at navigating change, fostering open dialogue, and encouraging a multiplicity of perspectives. Their fluid nature allows them to adapt seamlessly to unforeseen challenges. Yet, like a river without banks, water energy can sometimes lack direction without a clearly defined purpose or strategy. So it is here that complementary anchoring forces become essential. So visualize a river here. Its course ever adapting to the terrain while steadfastly moving towards a large ocean. And this image serves as a metaphor for the adaptive yet purpose-driven approach that water brings to the leadership. So in practical settings, a water leader might excel in situations requiring negotiation and conflict resolution, guiding the teams through periods of change with a gentle yet persuasive touch. Observe the harmonious cycle where each element supports another. So think about it. Wood fuels fire, fire enriches earth, earth nurtures metal, metal guides water, and water returns nourishment to the wood. This cyclical interplay is not the only conceptual foundation in BaZi. It is also a living framework for balancing leadership qualities within any organization. So, this is what I want you to do. Take a moment to reflect. Which element do you feel most identifies with your leadership style? And how do you see it interacting with your team's dynamics? You can share your insights in the comments below. We can learn best by you sharing with your experience so that everybody becomes a winner, okay? So now, having uncovered the individual qualities of the 5 elements, let's turn to the practical arts of constructing a leadership team that is a true mosaic of balanced energies. The goal is to design a team where every leader's innate strengths are not only recognized, but seamlessly integrated with complementary qualities. Okay, so let's take a look of the analysis of the BaZi charts. If you have one, please open this up. The first step in building your dream team is a systematic, in-depth analysis of the BaZi charts of the potential leaders. So through the process, we learn to read the elemental imprint present in each chart, reviewing the leader's natural predispositions. Detailed chart analysis not only shows the dominant elements, but also identifies subtle nuances, such as secondary elements that might either mitigate or exacerbate primary traits. So for example, a charge with dominant fire energy, if accompanied by a subtle earth influence, may indicate a natural temperament for balancing passion with pragmatism. So how about the real-life applications, which include aligned projects roles with elemental strengths? A leader with strong wood energy might be best suited for innovative-centric roles, whereas the one with dominant earth energy could oversee operational stability. So this analysis actually allows us to anticipate potential interpersonal conflicts before they surface on the field and design training or mentoring sessions that address these energetic imbalances early on. So now, once the BaZi charts are deciphered, the next vital step is to map out the interactions through dynamic visual diagrams or elemental maps. And these visual aids offer an immediate and comprehensive view of how each element interacts with the team. So by crafting diagrams that delineate which elements naturally harmonize and which might clash, you can craft a strategy to align roles mapping directly to elemental strengths. So for example, visual maps may reveal that a team with a heavy concentration of fire energy benefits immensely from a strategic infusion of water and earth energies. And by the way, these diagrams not only serve as management tools, but they can be also powerful conversation starters in team meetings, fostering an atmosphere of self-awareness and constructive dialogue about each member's role in the collective success. Now, regular team sessions should be held to discuss each member's BaZi findings. And in these sessions, each leader can share the strengths and identify personal growth area, which is a powerful exercise in transparency and mutual support. And promote mentoring relationship that spans elemental boundaries. For example, a leader with water energy might provide guidance to a metal-driven colleague, softening overly stringent decision-making with compassionate communication. And use these insights not only during the initial team formation, but as continuous feedback loop. As the organization evolves, it is crucial to periodically revisit the charts, adjusting roles or responsibilities to maintain a fluid and responsive balance that mirrors the constantly shifting external environment. So integrate BaZi-based evaluations into performance reviews and professional development plans could be a good idea as well, because these continuous exchange transform the BaZi framework from one-time analysis to a dynamic, evolving leadership strategies that evolves with the organization. So here's the lesson. By integrating these timeless BaZi principles with the innovative practices of modern leadership, you craft a blueprint that transforms your management approach into a finely tuned symphony of energies. And it becomes clear that when each element is acknowledged and supported, the full potential of the team is unleashed. So let me give you an idea. So consider the current structure of your leadership team. What challenges might be alleviated by balancing elemental energies? So I invite you to describe a scenario or challenge in the comments below where elemental perspective might have been the key to a breakthrough. Okay, so in closing, with our exploration of these 5 elements earlier on, we have journeyed through the very essence of leadership energy. What we have done is to uncover how wood's visionary growth, fire's dynamic drive, earth's steadfast stability, metal's incisive clarity, and water's adaptive communication interact to forge a balanced and effective leadership team. And these insights are not meant to be just mere theories. They do offer a working framework to reimagine and elevate your team's synergy. So harness this principle in your daily leadership practice. Observe the transformative effect on creativity and decision making and overall team harmony. So I encourage you to reflect on today's insights and prepare for part 2, where we will delve into a deeply detailed case study of a company that successfully realigned its leadership through BaZi, followed by an expanded application and further practical guideline for sustainable success. I hope you find this video insightful. Do remember, if you have not subscribed to the channel, click subscribe button below and like this video, and make sure that you share this video with your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues who might benefit from the sharing here. Okay, so I'll see you in part 2. Jack here signing off. All good wishes.